Jeff Katz, happy to be here with Better Business Bureau Sharing by BBB Sharing. It is where we have the opportunity to chat with an accredited business owner. And you know, that just makes a world of difference. I'm so happy that a dear friend of mine, Billy Kain, is joining me. A-plus roofing, A-plus windows, more importantly. Billy, so happy to have you here, man.
Good morning. Good to see you, Jeff.
It is great to see you. Let us dive into this. Now, I personally have been talking about A-plus roofing for a long time. And I know the quality at A-plus roofing. I know the quality at A-plus windows. More importantly, I know the quality of Billy Kain and his family. But for those two people that are not familiar with A-plus roofing and A-plus windows, do you mind sharing the story?
Well, as you know, it's third generation. My dad when I was in high school, I started working with my dad. He needed some help. He just had a little green pickup truck. We call it the Green Goose, old Ford pickup truck. And I started out. I mean, my job was to get the shingles in the back of the truck. Oh. And, it progressed from there. And then eventually I got up on the roof. My dad taught me how to do roofing.
Right.
And I think what really drew me to it more than anything was the people.
Yeah.
And the interaction my dad had with the folks. And the smiles on people's faces and the relief, if you will, from the time we started the job to the time we was pulling away. So that kind of drew me into it.
Yeah. You talk about the smile on people's faces. I mean, you, in some cases, sadly, you're seeing people when there's a bad situation, bad weather's moved in, and all of a sudden they've got their ceiling on the floor. That's a bad spot.
Yeah, it's a bad situation. It's very stressful. People don't know the biggest thing. As you know, Jeff, you living here in Central Virginia yourself for many years now,
yeah.
There's a lot of storm chasers have come into our area and out-of-state folks. And so trust is a big thing with people now. Roofing, as you know, it's an expensive proposition.
Right.
It's not real sexy.
That's right.
But it's something that, if you've got to have a roof over your head, the old saying goes. So
that's right.
We try to. My objective is to try to project to people that they can trust us, and of course we live in an age of reviews.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm sitting here with you today, is because the Better Business Bureau is a big part of that. People are looking for somebody they can trust.
Let's talk a little bit about that. And let me remind everybody, my dear friend Billy Kain is joining us. Billy is the owner, the operator of A-plus Roofing, as well as A-plus Windows. I want to talk a little bit about the window operation in a moment. You want to learn more about either one of these businesses, aplusroofing.com, aplusroofing.com, or apluswindows.com. apluswindows.com, of course, you're going to spell out the word plus. When we talk about trust and we talk about roofing, Billy, I mean, I hate to say it, and I don't like to speak ill of other people, but the reality is there are a lot of people that get into roofing, relatively low bar in terms of investment to get in. They make a lot of promises, allegedly write a lot of warranties or guarantees. Vast majority of them, my research shows, are not even going to be in business in about 18 months. You're the third generation roofer. So let's talk about that trust factor and why it is so important to be Better Business Bureau accredited.
Yeah, well, like I say, the bar to get into roofing, unfortunately, is very low.
Yeah.
Let's just say you wanted to be a roofing contractor. You go get your Class C business license. I don't know what that costs. Say $50, $75, maybe it's $150 with inflation. I don't know, but you just go, you pay the fee, and you're in.
Right.
And so the bar is very low. Because the bar is very low, it invites a lot of people, unfortunately, that maybe shouldn't be in business.
That's right.
People come off roofs. They work for another roofing company is typically what happens. They say, I can do this myself. And they don't realize the implications. The insurances that are needed, making sure you're properly insured, safety techniques that need to be practiced on a daily basis, OSHA regulations that need to be followed, protecting people's homes. And then, like you say, the number's about 70%.
Wow.
70% of roofers that go in business are out of business within 36 months.
Wow.
So, you want to make sure whoever you are, if you're listening today, you want to make sure you're dealing with preferably a local company, somebody that's got a really good reputation, that's been in business for a long time, that has a roofing tag. So you're not just a home improvement contractor, but an ROC tag through the state, so that they're licensed professional roofers.
Right.
Not some guy that's just working out of the back of his pickup truck.
Exactly. Billy Kain is the owner and operator of A-Plus Roofing, third-generation roofers. Now, Billy, you mentioned insurance. That's a vital part of this. A lot of times people will sign up with a roofing contractor and say, well, I'm sure he's got insurance, and then somebody falls, and all of a sudden that homeowner is responsible. It's not the so-called contractor.
Yeah, they're on the hook for it, unfortunately. They don't understand that. It'd be like, you call somebody out, hey, man, I got a tree that's leaning towards my house.
Yeah.
Well, if you're like me, the guy says, well, I got insurance. I'm like, man, show me. I know we live in Virginia, we're not in Missouri, but, man, I'm in the show me state when you're cutting the tree down. Well, it should be the same way with roofing.
Yeah.
This is a serious thing. Not only could somebody, be seriously injured, but they could put your roof on wrong, and if they don't have the proper insurance, the liability insurance necessary, and water pours in your house. It can do serious damage. Life-changing damage.
That's right.
And they say, oh, gosh, it lapsed. So you have to, that's part of our process.
Right.
Excuse me. When we come into the home, all of our guys, we carry our insurance forms in there, our business license and so forth. So that we show you don't have to guess about it. I think it's very important. If you're thinking about dealing with a home improvement contractor, just hey, show me.
That's right. That's exactly right. Billy Kain joining us. A-Plus Roofing is where we are starting this conversation, and one of the important things about that roofing space, and I've seen it up close and personal. I've been over to the Kain Enterprises training center. You're doing classic training. World-class training with your team members every day, meeting those manufacturer specifications, making sure that you've only got the best shingles that you're using and getting them in there right. But one of the things that you shared with me a couple of years back, Billy, was that you're in so many homes as part of A-Plus Roofing, Better Business Bureau accredited business, and you see people having trouble with their windows. And they're saying, Mr. Kain, I know you're out here to take care of my roof, but does that window look okay to you? And what happened as a result of all of that?
Well, as a result of that, most window problems that I see, especially if they're vinyl windows or a fiberglass window, whatever, if it was in a replacement window application, I'm going out there. Generally, as a rule, sometimes we see windows fogged up, but as a rule, it's generally because of a poor installation.
Right.
I just left I know we don't have a lot of time, but I just left a house. Lady was probably in her late 80s, 34 windows over in Three Chopped area, and 17 of the 34 windows are fogged up. The windows are probably 7 or 8 years old. It's devastating to this lady.
Wow.
She's in the later stages of life. She has a fixed income, beautiful home, widow, and she's like, "What's wrong? Why are these windows fogged up?" And I looked at them and pulled some apart because I started out installing windows 40 years ago. And the windows were never cut back. In other words, they made the windows the exact same size of the rough opening so that they had to, houses settle a little bit, so they're not exactly plumb and square. So you cut the windows back 1/4 of an inch so you can manipulate the windows so the sashes operate, correctly. And they literally, took a rubber mallet and beat these windows into these openings so there's no adjustment. This poor lady, she's like, I can't even raise these windows, Mr. Kain, ever since they've been installed.
Wow.
Very unfortunate, and there's only one way to solve it. She's got to replace it. We're just replacing the ones that are fogged up because she can't afford them all, but it's very disheartening when I see things like that.
Right. And as a result of that, Billy Kain, who is, as he mentioned and I've mentioned, third-generation roofer, A-Plus Roofing, Better Business Bureau accredited business, stands up A-Plus Windows. You say, hey, you know what? We can help people out in that window space, but just as you've done with the roofing angle, Billy, with that whole business of roofing, you've got a different mindset with windows. You and I both know that windows traditionally have been a guy coming into your house, He's got a suitcase filled with samples, and you're going to sit there till you buy something, right? That's the only way you're getting that guy out of your house. Is it
timeshare?
That's
model.
exactly right. And Billy Kain says, no. We don't do high pressure. We don't do that hard sell. You just do it differently. You're there to help people.
That's 100% true, Jeff. You know, I've been so blessed because I've been doing this so long. I'm kind of in a situation where I'm able to do that.
That's right.
You know,
that's right.
My main concern is educating people.
That's right.
So that they have the capacity to make a good decision with their hard-earned money.
Yeah.
And that model works great for us, not just in windows, but in roofing as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you look at our reviews online, our Google reviews and so forth, you'll see that's consistent. You know, no pressure.
That's right.
You know, we come in, hey, here's your options. And that's another thing, too, with windows. Our model is so different. We don't just have one window that we go in your house with a little sample window and say, hey, you know, this window is the best thing since sliced bread and everything else is junk.
Yeah.
You know, we come into your home, we evaluate what your needs are.
That's right.
We make recommendations based upon many factors. One of them is your budget.
Sure.
And, of course, we have a world-class, as you know, you've been at showroom.
Yeah.
And so we don't have, I don't know, you could coin the phrase, one dog in the fight.
Yeah.
Or one horse in the race, or whatever that is. You know, we have multiple lines of windows at multiple price points. So our job is to educate you, find out what your needs are, like you go to the doctor's office. You know, where's it hurt?
That's right.
Try to kind of find out, you know, what problems are you trying to solve, how long they've been going on, what's important to you. And then we gather that information so we can better assess your need.
Yeah.
And then we try to provide honest answers to you with no pressure.
Yeah.
And that model has worked very well for us. People love that. You know, the Bible verse, do unto others as you'd have done unto you. That's kind of the way we roll, and it's worked very well.
It has worked well for the community, in addition to working well for Billy and his team at A-Plus Roofing and A-Plus Windows. I should tell you, Billy referenced his showroom, and what Billy did by design, and it is absolutely unique in the industry, is to make that A-Plus Windows showroom a destination for education. People come in there, Billy, it's almost like going to a lecture hall. I mean, a very friendly lecture hall. The professor's on your side. There's no worry about a blue book exam, but it is that destination for education. People can put their hands on the windows. Yeah. They can learn about these ratings. My gosh, I was amazed at the number of ratings and things you needed to know to pick the proper window. I had no idea. I just thought, well, it's clear. It's not broken. Seems okay to me. It's a lot more than that.
Yeah, it's fascinating because what we do when people come in is we generally set three windows side by side. You know, somebody generally says, well, hey, I've been looking online. You know, so a lot of people, most people shop that way now. I've been looking online. I've been hearing good things about this window. And I say, okay, well, we sell that window.
Right.
And generally what we'll do is we'll set three windows in a row. And when they first look at them, they pretty much look the same. And then I kind of show them the differences between windows and why this window is superior to it, you know, as we go down the line. And then afterwards, it is a destination for education because people walk out of there complete with a different level of a knowledge base.
Yep.
That they pick up within 5 or 10 minutes. That's something else too, Jeff. When we go into people's homes, my opening statement is, you know, we're in the process now of a sales manager situation, so I'm actually out here running calls myself. I'm loving it because that's the part that I miss. But when I walk in people's houses, my opening statement is, I'm not the 3-hour man.
That's
I'm
right.
the 15-minute man. You know, you just see the stress, you know, drain off people's faces. And it's the same way in the showroom.
Right.
You know, there's not going to be people following you around or anything like that. You come in and browse and if you have questions, ask us. But, you know, life is too short to be stressful, man.
That's right.
You know, it's just come in and enjoy yourself. And I will welcome any listener, you know, that's in the process of looking for windows. Before you spend a lot of money, you educate yourself.
That's right.
You know, I would never buy a car if somebody came in my house with a little model car. And that's what most people do. They bring a little model window and want you to spend, you know, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 for windows. You know, come in and like Jeff said, you know, tilt the windows in, raise them up and down, look at the window. And then last but not least, very important, you kind of touched on this, is how we continually try to, improve our staff.
That's right.
And our guys just came back. They were a month up in Ohio with Provia, with the Amish, just a whole week. I sent every installer we had was down there for a whole week, just on window and door installation, new techniques. So we're constantly trying to improve upon that. We want to be the best that we can be, because that's such a huge part of windows. It's not just the window, the product, but how the windows are installed.
No doubt about it. Well, listen, Billy, I could sit and chat with you for hours, and in fact, let's face it, we've done that in the past, but Better Business Bureau, accredited business, A-plus roofing, A-plus windows. I want to give everybody the websites one more time. aplusroofing.com, aplusroofing.com, apluswindows.com, apluswindows.com. If you prefer just to chat, that's okay. For the roofing operation, it's 804-752-0008, 804-752-0008. For the Windows side of the house, it's 804-303-4136. Again, 804-303-4136. Billy, it is always a blessing to spend a couple of moments with you, and I will tell you, my own personal business is a Better Business Bureau accredited business. I believe in the BBB. I have since I was a little kid, and my dad said, before you buy anything, you check and make sure that they are in fact BBB approved, he used to say, but it's BBB accredited, and I am not the least bit shocked to know that A-plus roofing and A-plus windows and Billy Kain, all Better Business Bureau accredited.
Yeah, Jeff, that's very important. Like I said, the number one hurdle we have to overcome in the home improvement industry is trust.
Yep.
And that's a place people can go very easily, the Better Business Bureau website. They can check out your reviews.
Yep.
And it's from a third party. It's a non-biased.
That's right.
The Better Business Bureau is an essential, I think, for any legitimate business owner that wants to be transparent in his or her community.
It is all about sharing. The Better Business Bureau, BBB Sharing. Sharing, powered by the Better Business Bureau, serving Central Virginia.